So, welcome to my rewatch. Welcome to the NHK analysis. As I will go through this anime, as I will go through this anime and actually analyze and have a spoiler for content of the spoiler for later on in the episode. Like if I watch episode 8, like there will be stuff in the episode 20 to discuss. So I'm warning people who watch with me episode by episode. It will be spoiler for stuff in the future episodes, so I'm warning you. And of course, when come to the NHK is an anime that I really like. It has a lot of depth in the meaning, like a clock that actually not wake you up from the sleep, but actually work you up to the reality, that that kind of stuff. And actually, I really like Sato because I am also like him. When I am at home, I have nothing to do. Like I'm just completely pathetic and like kind of hallucinating about my past and my past experience. And maybe I will just kind of talk about my past experience too in in the analysis series. So this is my second time's rewatch Welcome to the NHK. It's obviously that someday when I finish Welcome to the NHK, I will go back to this anime as this anime is really good. So I'm like really like the Sato because I'm really resemble to Sato. I like Sato in this anime is like you know he developed into a negative development into a bad a waste diverse person, and at last he just kind of contract in the later on, right? So like I am not skillful in anything in my life. I'm just actually bad at everything. And no matter how I try, no matter how I put the hard work on, it really just not click to me. Like I really don't have that flow when I was kids. Like in Sato, when he was kids, he's like wanting to be some of the professors or something, right? So like I don't have that click of have that flow of like wanting to do something or have a goal in my life. Even artificial goals, one I don't really have. I just want to live and die alone. I just want to live like a pathetic man and just live day by day like Sato. So that's my background as is a pathetic man who don't have any goal, live day by day, and I am poor. And like when I was kid, I'm really have that spark of wanting to do everything. But when I, which is probably same for most people, like when I was adult, I am actually worse than most people. When I am adult, I'm just like lost everything. I just want to die. I just want to leave the reality. I just want to leave and like I haven't told anyone, but I am actually when I was kids and starting to grow through adult, like I am actually lost when I lost everything in my life. I just like actually when I got bullied and suffered in high school, I just think like I wanted to be a person that you know get get the empty bottle and sell them to recycle company, or finding eating something from junk, and like that's it. That's my goal in life. I just want to live peacefully, or I live in the mountain and survive in the mountain or something. Like you see, I am real like Sato. I am completely pathetic, and this and my back as I told you my background, because of the fact that you will understand better if that why I really like this anime so much. As I go on, an analysis, you will understand my analysis better. So as opening, I'm quite really just kind of educate for kind of study like psychoanalysis for some times, but I'm just reading like 250 or 60 pages of when it comes to psychoanalysis. So like this scene is all about like tied to the ending. Like Sato have this conspiracy um of fighting with the NHK, right? Nihon Hikikomori Kyokai, which means um the agency for like the conspiracy, who want to seize the world, or who just got Sato into this, who Sato blame that he got into this state because of them. As we don't know why Sato is Hikikomori, right? He just suddenly go, he suddenly there have this weird idea of illusion and gone into Hikikomori. So as this musics go on, which is actually mixed with Peruvian, which is actually a music that um which this OST goes on, which mixed with Peruvian, which actually music that the Masagi opening on. So this conspiracy Sato just escaping and going to actually a little bit off topic that actually when I first watched Welcome to the NHK, I think this scene is like action movie, and I thought this anime is all about action movie. But as I go on, I know that this isn't. But actually, I think that this anime is like a club anime about having a club member and like having chilling together and like that. But it's completely off the rail of what I think. So actually, Sato is just like gone on being fighting with Hikikomori Kyokai. Um, so you know, and this is actually Mizagi, which is fighting with actually Mizagi, which I don't know what it implied, but when Sato is in this deep end of you know on below his water, like it's this the mountain means that it is actually it actually that male organ or woman organs, but I don't actually know. So Sato goes to save Misaki, right? And to find this is Hikikomori Kyokai, and sacrifice himself using the like lead to this alien shit, which is actually Hikikomori Kyokai is a signal of that he was hallucinating, as we see in later on. As this is remember this, as this is you know actually an a symbol for when Sato is hallucinating maybe, and he will sacrifice himself with hallucinating to save Misaki. As this implied, like as he had saved himself from Hikikomori Kyokai, and destroy Hikikomori Kyokai, which is actually implies to suicide. It's kind of dark, but it's true that this actually implied to Sato suiciding to destroy this Hikikomori Kyokai. So, like it means that Sato hallucinating and like he to destroy his hallucination. Means that he need to choose to suicide to end everything. and die with his hallucination, which is kind of ironic. Consider he did all this to save Misagi. Like it's meant to imply that to destroy this NHK, he needs to destroy himself, which is actually sources of all things is himself. But the other solution is that he goes to work and work from reality, which is actually which uh, which which is actually opposite to this way, as he chooses to suicide to end everything in a way that it's not a good way, but who judges what's good, what bad. So there's there's two way. Remember, there's two way to for Sato to escape. One is to being hikikomori, and one is to suicide and end every this die with hallucinating, or two woke up from the reality and waking, which Sato at last knows what to do. And Sato woke up and hallucinating about pudding and shit, and hallucinating about pure rain, which is actually resembled to pudding. So he think that it's pudding. Actually, I am quite surprised that there's an anime that protagonist is Kikikomori, but doesn't into anime. So this is quite a fresh idea for me when I first watched. So I really like how Sato is in, Hikikomori. So Sato is, you know, fascination, fantasy is beyond limits. Actually, Sato personality of like hallucinating shit. He could be writing novel, right? I think he should write a novel about what he hallucinating, but instead he write, about Eroge instead. So Sato is hallucinating about, stuff that he did in the past. Let's see, all the stuff about NHK, everything. Like he's really good at imagining things. Like everything, everything he ever see is extremely, creative, despite the fact that he not into anime. As I really like how Sato is hallucinating shit, but not equal to Misaki though, who is, also kind of, I think Misaki doesn't say, but I think he's hallucinating in the level of Sato, as she doesn't know how to put into words. Like as this scene say that Sato don't know why he it's kind of victim syndrome, that he think everyone condemned him, everyone kind of, trying to be his enemy, which is actually not true, because if like to like I will kind of, counter, kind of say the philosophy of what I have been through. So you know so you don't be like Satu, as this anime just kind of say how to do what, say only bad thing but not the solution. So I say the solution too. So it's actually not a good. So you actually don't need to care about others people. Just live your life, and like, you know others wise doesn't affect you. But if they are come into your way, then that affect you. So you need to push through the you need to push us through. But actually you just kind of live life, just doesn't don't care about all those people. It's not a good way to live. So Sato think that everyone just kind of condemned him, just kind of, he's just kind of hallucinating things, and everything just you know falls down after that one hallucination. He doesn't go to any skills, and I really feel that though. I really feel that it could happen, and I it's one of my biggest fear where one day I stop doing what I'm doing, and then I being Sato who is just living day by day and not doing anything. Like it's one of my biggest fear, as senpai, as in hallucinating about senpai, which uh senpai is talking about, you know, she is talking about conspiracy a lot, and probably she's one of the reasons that made Sato like it. It's like she just actually just compact a thought of hallucinating shit into Sato head. That's why he got teachers. He learned it from her, and being like this, as it's her fault. Like every characters in Weekend Che main characters is fucked up. Like Yamasagi is fucked up as an otaku who is like you know doing his dream, and like he's hardworking, yes, but he is like you know but no one just trusts him or something. Like he just kind of but his family is just bunch of fucking old conservative shit. And but at last he find his love on the farm, which is actually good. But senpai is fucked up, as she wanted suicide, and like his husband, she has left his husband as much as I remember, but I don't kind of don't remember. But she want to have sex with Sato at that time, um, but I don't remember. So have Yamasagi trying to impress Senpai, which and last Sato would not get along with Senpai, but actually having sex is in that scene I don't understand. But this is leader who got deceived, and like everything set in one episode is too much in Welcome to NHK, which is why I like this anime so much. There's a lot of things set up in and hints to later on the episode. Like this just shows that Sato has you know problems with everything. He have his room is fucked,
これも
like his teach is fucked,
これも
and like he have a lot of
これも
he didn't pay. And like Sato is like me. Like Sato is but Sato doesn't is like me in some is this way that I am poor, that and Sato is also kind of poor, I think. So Sato is kind of hallucinating about this furniture now, because furniture life that mean that hallucinating meters or illusional meters is at its highest now, so that he have this alive furniture. Okay, when I watch this scene, I'm still like I have a lot of goosebumps in this scene, that its face reveal welcome to the NHK. um
日本引きこもり協会
scene, it got me.
NHK にようこそ
It really got me.
俺は日本
日本引きこもり協会
I better not show that much because I got copyright strike. So you see that Sato is kind of gonna chop the bottles. He kind of his hallucinating meters just got high and high until he met Misaki. as we say, Misaki gonna help Satu all fucked up his life. So I actually like this about this life for nature. So as you found Misaki, he is you know this girl just talk about how hikikomori, but and like Sato just hallucinating again that he is you know he is they knows that he is hikikomori and gonna ridicule him, and he is trying to get a job. So Sato thinks that another thing is that Sato thinks that he is so important. He is like have a lot of importance in this world, that everyone trying to do something to him, which is actually a sign of mental illness. But actually, being selfish is not illness. Like everyone is different, so I personally think that illness doesn't exist, as because of the fact that that's not normal in this world. What is normal? Like people could angry, people could make mistake about their mind all the time. So there is no illness. People do not have illness, but those people who just kind of hide their illness. Talk about people who not hiding them as having a mental illness. So actually, an illness, mental illness, doesn't exist. We just construct. It's just social constructs and just illusion that people just kind of lose. Um, so Saito kind of left in Misaki, and just want to find a job that he doesn't being like neat, and like in this scene, like Sato, if like it would change the tide of the whole show if Sato would just have a little courage and just sign a job. Like I would do it, but I don't being that pathetic as Sato, so I don't know. So Misaki just got Sato to. So Sato is just hallucinating in this room again, and like Misaki just got a letter for Sato to get into projects. So Sato is just hallucinating about Misaki as again as people as a man normally do, as when you met a beautiful girl and then you're hallucinating about it. And but I'm into 2D girls, so I don't have that experience much. So as I say, I'm kind of pathetic like Sato. So come to Mita Park as Sato comes to the park to find Misaki, as he and Misaki let him join um the projects. So end of the episode.